Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to another episode of Ali Solves. Now I know it's been a while since December ended, but it's my first episode of the new year, so might as well take this opportunity to wish everybody a somewhat belated new year. So it's never, as long as it's still January, it's still technically within the statute of limitations. At least that's how I see it. Anyway, I don't know if you saw the thumbnail for this video. Usually the thumbnail is where I put my own title for the episode. The actual text title has the what date the crossword was on and what day of the week it was, because both of those are important pieces of information. So I put those in the main title, but on the thumbnail I get a bit creative, just putting my own spin on things. And the title for this episode is "A New Year, a New Challenge." So if you saw my last episode, it was a huge milestone moment for me. For the first time ever, I went an entire calendar year and I solved every single puzzle. And you know what? Might as well just take another look at that. If at the crossword archives, we're in January right now, but December, November, October, September, August, July, June, May, April, March, February, January. All of them golden through and through. And because I also had a long streak from the year previous to that, that also got added into it, which means I have a current streak of 734. And so this leads me to what exactly is my next challenge. My next challenge is, it's a pretty obvious one. It's not going to happen today. It's going to be a long-term thing, and you might have something dropped somewhere, but you know what? I'll figure out what it was. Like a piece of paper fell down behind the desk. They're really annoying. What? Don't even worry about it. I'll. God, it's really bugging me. What is it? Hang on, just let me just take a look. You know what? It fell in a very awkward place, so I think I will just leave it until the end of the episode. But what I was gonna say was, the next main project, it's not gonna be something that I'm able to do today. It's gonna be a long-term thing. What I want to do is, I want to reach a streak of 1,000. Now, well, number one, it's going to take a lot of time. 266, if I am doing my math correctly, and I'm pretty confident that I am. That's the number of puzzles that we're going to have to solve, including, today's one is part of that 266. So it doesn't sound like a lot compared to how long my streak already is, but you have to keep in mind, all it takes is one puzzle that I'm not able to solve, and that's going to end the streak. And I'm pretty harsh on myself in terms of what I am and am not allowed to do when I'm solving. So I solve puzzles entirely by myself. I don't look up anything on the computer. I even stay away from my bookshelf just in case there's a clue that's about one of the books on my like who wrote this book. I want to know it from memory and not just because I saw the answer somewhere. And if I'm not able to solve it based on just my own memories, then then it goes down as an unsolved puzzle, at least for the purposes of the streak. And whatever streak I had ends. It's over. It hasn't happened for 734 days, but it could happen on any day. Well, realistically, on the difficult days, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those are the main days where some difficulties could be had. So that's just the preliminary stuff that I wanted to talk about is what is my plan going forward, and I'm doing some stretches. It's a bit silly, but I do the same kinds of stretches before I solve a crossword, especially a difficult, potentially difficult crossword. Like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I do the same stretches that I do the same kinds of stretches that I do when I work out. I do those before I do my crosswords, and maybe it's just the placebo effect, but I feel like it does get me going a little bit and wakes me up. Now that I'm suitably woken up, let's, for the first time, you and me together, we're gonna take a look at this crossword by John Westwig, edited, of course, by the legendary Will Shorts. And we'll do the mini as well. If we're able to successfully solve this one, let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, no more dilly-dallying. Let's go. And we have the name of the puzzle is Funny Business. Is there a theme? There is a theme. So usually if you see, and you see this more often on Sunday crosswords, sometimes on like Wednesdays or Thursdays. Like Thursdays for sure, there's usually some trickery going on. But on Sundays especially, you'll see these long entries, and they're in italics. That means that they're not like normal clues. And usually it has to do with the theme of the puzzle, which in this case is funny business. And we'll see how that relates to these clues as we go on. But we will start, as always, in the top left. Begin to flower could be bud. Leave me alone could be gone. Let's think about that. But Pikes Peak people, I don't think anything starting with E is coming to mind, so maybe this is not the case. Heaven on Earth, however, is likely to be utopia, and so maybe this is bud. Oh, not dud, bud. Pick up on. This could be a couple of things. Let's look at this. Make the first bet? Ugh. Could be. Is that? I don't know. Popular indoor tree. Ugh. This is a rough start. Daughter of. Okay. Finally, something I know. This is gonna be Fatima. Alright. Pick up on. Could be detect. And then this is gonna be buzz off, maybe? But then this doesn't make sense. Hang on. Something off. Popular FIC? Man, I don't know. But this is probably open. It's the only thing that makes sense. Traditional makers of anoraks. I mean, it's probably Inuit, I'm guessing. Alright. Sensitivity could be tact. Bow to, or this is actually a pretty tough Sunday so far in terms of the clues. Hubbub, that's probably to do. Let's go with that for now. Break as a window has got to be smash in or smash up. JM man. Scott? Was he from Scotland? Listlessness. Jeez, man, this is a tough start. And let's look at this theme entry. Usually, you're not going to be able to just get it by reading what the answer is. You'll need crosses to help you. And then once, at least this is how it goes for me. And then once you get the entry, once words start to form and you get a sentence out of it, you can then try to see, okay, what sort of clever joke or wordplay is the constructor trying to make. But for now, I have no clue. Like, what? Leave me. Is it bug? Is bug off a thing? If it is, I haven't heard it. Like, buzz off, I've heard that. But I don't know about this. One dish meal. State lines. In conflict could be at war. Let's see about that. Hammer wielder of myth. Okay, this is something I'm comfortable. All right, one dish meal. State lines. State. Is it act? Like if you're acting, you're saying your lines. I don't know. That feels like a stretch. The missus. I think wifey is a slang term for wife, but I don't know. One dish meal. Hang on. Let's look at this. Go back over. Re something. That makes sense. Man, what? I don't know who this person is, but maybe if we have more letters in there, I'll. CVS competitor. I don't know that either, man. Um, I'm not confident in this. Alright. Thunderstruck could be odd, it could be agog, it could be multiple things. But I think it's odd. Because I think this is going to be watch it. Health class subject. Could be STD, maybe. Turn off. I don't know. Spam holders, something tins. Basketball stats. Okay, this has got to be assists. Okay, this has got to be shut off. Proverbial hard workers is going to be ants. Quintessential. Iconic. All right. Adren Ascent. Okay, I think that's a French name, so it's likely to be we. Now, what about this? Big name in jeans. St. Paul's? Is that a thing? I don't know. Slump is gonna be sag. Oh no! What am I talking about? This has got to be right. Strauss. St. Paul. What? Yeah. I was a bit slow to get that one. Go back over. Rewind? I don't know. So let's look at this. First, I founded an aerospace startup, but I never got it off the ground. Okay, I eventually figured out what kind of a joke was being made. I would have never gotten this from just looking at the clue. I needed these words, and now I can kind of figure out, okay, there's going to be some sort of joke based on different types of industries. Like kale vis-a-vis lettuce. Healthier? Maybe? I mean, healthier doesn't fit. There's no way. Like, there's not enough space. But let's look at this. CVS competitor is. I mean, it's suggesting that it is maybe wife and re something. Is it Alfred? No. One dish meal. How am I not getting this? Is it... So is this act and then the CH... Am I? Chili? Is that a thing? I think it is. So let's try this. What am I doing? Oh, God. I need to turn on this light. I'm losing my place on the keyboard. Alright. So I think this is a thing that I vaguely remember. Okay, common resolutions, probably still on the New Year theme. We're talking about diets, I think. Go back, or it could be reread. And this probably is Alfred. Oh, total revolution is a year. A total revolution of the Earth itself. Huh? Like kale, hardier? What Ralph represents in a Freudian analysis of Freudian analysis of Lord of the Flies. Very, very long time since I read that, but I do know Freudian concepts. So, and we've already gotten the first letter, so it's probably ego. Aid in getting a leg up. I don't know. But let's take a look at this one. When that fell through, I tried my hand at fishmongering, but we didn't hang. Oh, hang on. So this is gonna be Ottoman, like just something to literally put your leg up on. This is gonna be didn't. Does it? I think this is it, right? Metal earning metal. Valor? Valor. Valor. I've pronounced it like 6 different ways. Valor. We didn't. So, like, metal being, you know, some, like, your personal characteristic of yours that is earning you a medal is likely to be bravery or valor. Allegory of the cave comes from Plato. Sat nav is GPS. Elvis, whose title sounds like a command. Go something? Or know something? I don't know. Let's take a look at this. We didn't... I'm gonna need more. Regarding... It's gonna be as per, maybe? Squat, so to speak. Maybe not. Maybe not. Right. Opposite of relief in printmaking. Neckwear provided in some restaurants. Bib. It's probably boy wonder. Game a night cry, probably Uno. Messy room is a sty. This is another word that will come up over and over again in crosswords. Opposite of relief. What's this? Sloan of what? Probably business school? Bourne's employer, the CIA, I think? Maybe? Hang on. Call for Raven? Caw! That's right. We didn't... Singer's asset is gonna be... maybe range? Pizzazz... I think... What am I doing? I think this is it, right? Pop singer. again, this is a word that I pretty much know only because of crosswords. Now, what sort of a opposite of in intagli, like, I don't even know how you'd pronounce that. Not again is the exclamation mark means like the term just has to mean what the clue is saying, and it's not. It's hard to explain clues like these, but in this case, I know it has to be retie. Squat, so to speak. Sit? Maybe? Maybe this was. Oh, it didn't scale well. Ah, Harry Potter's mother. I do not remember. Let's see. Maybe. Oh, it could be as for. Maybe. Betrays. Something on. I'm not confident about this, but like I'm confident about each individual crossing answer, but this word is just so alien to me. All right, betrays. Let's, you know what? Let's not put anything in this. Let's take a look at this. Breakfast restaurants, but competitors did something to us. Let's bow to. Oh, this is probably exceed, maybe, and then this probably is this listlessness. Maybe torpor. Let's think about that. Place of prayer could be a pew, and then what is this? Passages. Bill Withers song, who's a lot of. Well, this is our second instance of a song whose title supposedly sounds like a command. And then this joke or this, funny business in this answer is going to have something to do with breakfast. Disney theme park. I think it's something that begins with E, I think. Go back down could be ebb. Man, I don't know anything about baseball. Absolute minimum required. Let's see. Bare essentials. Library section. Oof, I don't know. Bit of carefree fun. Hang on. Let's be more. Let's be more methodical about this. Ooh, this is a tough Sunday. Football, man, I don't know anything about football either. This is harsh. Okay, let's look at this. All right. In a gallon, probably teaspoons. I'm gonna guess. Centerfold. Purchase what? Oh, receipt. Maybe let's like it's an abbreviation of that. Bits of troubleshooting could be tests. This is another theme thing. Some music collectibles. Okay, that's gonna be LPs, and this is gonna be pin-up. All right, so we're getting somewhere. behind. Soul. It's going to be person. And then this is going to be the other kind of behind, which is a tushy. Alright, now. Okay, this is going to be flips on. And L-I-L something? And then... what? So, okay, this is gonna be... oh, employees. Something. But competitors did something to our employees. Poached! Here we go. That's a breakfast thing. Competitors poached our employees. Passages. Oh, this is gonna be corridors. And this is gonna be smash in. And Epcot, I think. New Year's Day. 1-1, I think that's a thing people say. Portmanteau pastry, I think this is a thing, although I'm not sure if I've ever had one. Library section, teen? Young adult, that kind of thing. Aaron Boone. And then maybe this is Bare Essentials. Yep, yeah, that fits. Alright. If you can see my cursor, apologies, like it's got the thing where it says it's doing something. It's not actually doing anything. I think like Windows has just glitched out after its latest update. It just constantly has, you know, that little circular thing, that round thing going round and round. It's I don't know what to do about it, but you know what? Let's not even worry about it. When I tried my hand at candle waking, suffered from burnout. Nope. This one I got pretty quickly because I think I've gotten the handle of what's going on. Eradicates, starting from the bottom. It's got to be uproots. And what is this? Yiddish word. Ugh. I mean, I know it was bound to have an awkward spelling, but TSU? That's a pretty unusual start to a word. Lead into zone is probably Eurozone. And then what is this? Love me. Okay. I mean, I've probably heard it, but never really knew what its name was. T-S? Hang on. Uncles is gonna be like in Paraguay, I assume, or Uruguay, Spanish, I guess. Bacchanalian Beast has got to be a satyr. Satyr? Maybe. Goes first, got to be starts. Alright. Now what is this? Football. Wide is going to be like wide something, right? Broski. I don't know. Zach is going to be Efron. And then what is this? Poetic preposition is going to be ear. So this probably is wide something. And I think I know this. Use me, alright. And this is probably homie. Follow closely. Not sure. Snow day project. Fort? Make a snow fort. Counterpart of science, probably art. Probably, maybe this is a fort. And then follow closely. What? Why have I not gotten this? Section of the nosebleed seats. I'm not sure if I know that. Identity theft is probably fraud. Wrote as a bad check. kited, I think. I think that's a thing. Any time you have a 3-letter answer and it's referring to an abbreviated reference work, it's likely to be the Oxford English Dictionary. Bridge component. If it's the game of bridge, it's probably a bid. Trendy treat of Brazilian origin. I'm not sure if I know that. Creature that swallows its prey. Wise one is probably owl. Hang on. So this is going to be something bowl. Counterpart of thanks is please. Catchy song in slang. Oh, a boa, of course. And the catchy song is a bop. So something bowl. Let's look at this. Something road, and this is probably hue too. Bit of free fun. Lark, and then it's probably what? Last roll? Oh, and this is a Psy bowl. I decided to try operating an airport. This is another one of those theme answers. But just before launch, we ran out of Swiss cheese fromage? No. Moose's mating season. Oof. I'm not sure. It's wide something, that's all I have. Freight, for example. But I don't know. The 380-foot tall Hyperion for one. I don't know that either. Alright, let's now take a look at this. Cub or colt? Betray one's standards. Stoop? Perfect in every way. Holy Toledo. That's the thing people say. Union contract. I think union here they're referring to a wedding. And at a wedding people say I do. And a marriage is also a contract. So there's that. Perfect in every way. Maybe. Excuse me. Cub or colt? Over time period could be an eon. Exclamation for an ill-advised action has got to be YOLO, and then a rookie? Is that a thing? Oh, this has got to be spot on. Okay. This, and as soon as I saw intersection, I knew this has to be cornered the market. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Something second. I don't know about that. Send off is going to be emit. Full. I don't know that yet. Backdrop. I don't know that. Rude and crude rhymes with lewd. Enjoyed some humble pie. That's got to be 8 crow. These are just figures of speech in English that I've learned over the years. To Biko or Masago. I don't know. Row? Thing to catch in the city. Probably bad seed. Tiniest bit has got to be iota. We will see. Mr. Ed is the talking horse. Then, oh, cheese is francs. I guess cheese is also slang for money. It's gonna be I may. And then actual Swiss cheese is probably this. Moose's mating season. This. A rut? Rud? Like, hang on, what is this? Freight, for example. Or am I wrong about this? Hang on, we'll come back to this. What you gonna do about it? And then we have to come up with an answer that is the equivalent of that. Extract. Okay, bolting bolt has got to be Usain Bolt. And then... What? Oh, any second? Man cave, maybe. But this is probably full Monty. Extract might be glean. Okay, and this is probably something... So I saw... This is about blood types, so something neg. Like, negative. This probably is glean, but then what is this? Backdrop... Okay, this is probably... Yeah... So... let's take a look at this. We ran out of runway. So wide out? Is that a thing? Freight, for example. Man, what? It's probably redwood. Freight could be goods. And a man cave could be a sanctum, and a backdrop could be a locale. And much to my amazement, we have solved that puzzle. This is 735, and only 265 more to go to oh god, I'm losing up. Like the euphoria of having solved this without having made any mistakes is robbing me of my ability to speak. We have 265 more to go to hit 1,000, which of course is the big challenge that I've set myself for this year. And so far, we've made a good start. Let's take a look at our puzzle, and it seems like Firefox might be doing something that's causing my computer to not necessarily slow down, but the fan is really going hard, so I'm gonna have to shut it down. But we've already finished this, so we might as well just keep it on for a while. And there are some tricky crew. I'm gonna look this up. Hang on. Let me just go to dictionary.com, and is this a thing? And how is it pronounced? Those are my two questions. Is a thing, okay. How's it pronounced? I had a feeling that the G was going to be silent. Intaglio. Well, that's something new that I've learned. I guess there are other things I learned that I didn't, like the Scrabble dude or Boone. But names like these, like, I already know about them as names. I just don't really... I'm not affiliated with the Yankees, and I mean, I play board games, but I'm not really that interested in, like the personal story of the people. Maybe I should be, but like who the hell invented Monopoly, right? Or like Settlers of Catan, or any, like, who invented chess? Just can you tell me that? I didn't think so. All right, but I mean, okay, Alfred Butts. I guess I'm gonna remember that I'm not gonna remember the thing that was actually the answer. I'm just gonna remember that his last name was Butts, because that to me is unusual. And maybe that should be what they clue at. The next time one of the answers is butts, they can bring this guy back for for a repeat, right? And I think the rest of it I thought was pretty, like, nothing too crazy in terms of the clues. But let's take a look at the theme entries. Like I said, these are unusual. Like, you wouldn't guess them just by reading the clues, unless you already got a couple of them and you figured out what kinds of jokes the crossword constructor is trying to make. And eventually we figured out, okay, they're all gonna be puns, jokes, like dad jokes, wordplay, whatever you want to call it, based on like a phrase that actually exists. But if you interpret it in a different way, it can also refer to something to do with the kind of industry. So, like, getting things off the ground, that is a thing that people say. Poaching employees is a thing. Scaling well, like economies of scale. Burnout is a real thing. I've gone through it multiple times. Ran out of runway is an unusual one, but I have heard that a couple of times. Cornering the market is another, like, you hear it quite a while. Especially when, I don't know, some company comes up with some innovation and their competitors can't keep up. They're like, oh, they're cornering the market, that kind of thing. Other than that, the clues weren't that, like, other than this thing. I felt pretty confident about the rest of it. This I wasn't so sure about, because I didn't know what this was, and I thought this was probably going to be a rut. I thought this was going to be like wide end or something. Wide out, I guess, is a thing in football. Okay, I learned that. I'm probably going to forget it. The only thing I'm going to probably remember is this, out of the new pieces of information that I have received. And now that I think about it, I've probably had this exact answer in previous crosswords and then just forgotten. So, there's that as well. Huh, what else? Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, then there's this thing. What the hell is ficus? Well, let's look that up. Let's look that up. What is this? Ficus. Ficus. Thank you, robot dude from website that helps people pronounce words. Ficus. Oop. That's ficus and intaglio are the two things that I might remember in future crosswords. Other than that, I think we're done. You know what? Before we end off, let's just go back to the main page. Let's quickly do the mini. I like doing the mini after I do the main crossword, just as a bit of a like a palette cleanser. Home screen selection, I don't know. Mountains is probably the Alps. Fragrant is flower is gonna be lilac. Unit of beer, a case of beer. Puts in the mail. It's got to be Sens. Andy Warhol. Human. What? Organ. Oh, sorry. Human organ. Dreaded place for an aviaphobia has got to be a plane. Plan A is your first course of action, and dirty laundry ends up in a pile. And this is actually, I like to do the mini in, well, I challenge myself to try to do it in under 20 seconds, but you have to be very quick. And if there's even a single clue where you have to stop and think, then that's probably not going to happen. But 33 seconds isn't awful. Right now we're done with that, and yeah, I think that's going to be all for this one. Thank you again for watching. I hope you had a good time. Oh, one last thing I should mention. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of the episode. I probably didn't, but it's showing my Saturday statistics. This is because I'm solving the Sunday crossword on a Saturday, and I had already solved the Saturday crossword separately. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm not going to have time to record on Sunday, so I'm getting it done out of the way. And the New York Times puts out the Sunday crossword at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, the day before. So I'm not cheating. I'm not, time traveling. I'm solving it when it actually comes out. It's just that the New York Times itself puts out crosswords a bit earlier than the actual day that they're supposed to be on, than the day that they're associated with. And then you can solve it a bit early if you want, but then you do have the rest of the actual day if you need it. So I just wanted to make a quick point of that. And yeah, I think with that, I think I've said just about everything that needs to be said. So it is time to draw things to a close. So yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. If you solved the puzzle yourself, I hope it went well for you as well. And if you are on the fence about solving crosswords and you're like wondering, is it fun? Should I do it? Then I will wholeheartedly say, yes, you should. You can start with the easy ones, start with the Mondays, work your way up. But if you feel like, you enjoy this kind of thing, like looking at a grid, using a combination of memory and logic to try and fill out that grid with what the answers are, if that feels enjoyable to you, then yes, you definitely should consider crosswords as a hobby. And I'm probably going to be saying a lot of that. I just love crosswords, as you can tell by just how many of them I've done. And, if I can get a few other people to appreciate the... Oh yeah, the last thing I should say is, of course, to our creator of the crossword, John Westwig, a very good puzzle. I thoroughly enjoyed all of those puns. It was a lot of fun. So good job, John. All right, and with that, I think I've covered just about everything. So the last thing to say is, once again, thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode. I'm gonna try to do these more often, but I'm busy and I have other things on my channel that I've already committed to. So I'm trying to do this crossword stuff around that and around work and around life in general. But I will try to do these more often, and you won't have to wait that long for the next episode. I promise you. I hope to see you in that episode, and until then, take care.